Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning. We're back. How is it going? It's always nice when it's Monday, right? Don't get me wrong. I love the weekends too, but I'm always happy to be back on the charts and just going back online and opening up the stream and stuff like that. It makes
Hello,
oh,
hello. Good morning, everyone.
That's my test.
It's Monday morning. We're back.
Working.
How is it?
It's always so weird to hear yourself. You never get used to it. I don't know what it is. Let me see if this is on. Okay, that's on. Okay, all good. I think all good. And if not, let me know, guys. Give me feedback if something is off. I need my pen. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Ooh. Okay, so it's been a little bit bad weather here, quite stormy actually. Now it's calmed down a bit. So if you guys lose me, it's not that I don't like you anymore. It's just that the Wi-Fi internet goes down. So it's been really bad since yesterday. So you just know. So I have to be very careful with putting on trades as well, in case the internet. Obviously, you have a stop loss, but I never feel comfortable, even though when I have a stop loss inside. But we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. Um, let's get into NQ, guys. If you have any questions over what happened Friday, let me know. Um, it was actually very clean, but it was so hard to trade. It was just really. But there were many opportunities, I think, but you had to be really careful. I didn't do well at all, and I got very frustrated. I got really frustrated at some point, and it hadn't happened. That normally doesn't happen to me very fast, but it really got to me a little bit, the price actually, because I knew where it was going, but I just didn't have a proper entry, and you just missed that one perfect entry that fitted your model. So that was really annoying. So yeah, that was an interesting one to journal, to be honest. But hey, we learn every time, right? And but there were, in hindsight, it was clean, but it was just really hard to enter, and especially it just went to my TP almost to the tick. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me know if you want me to go over Friday or anything like that, or we just forget about it and we move on, right? There's maybe more in like we have an educational session or something. Hey, so NQ. Let's start with the NQ. Almost 2 o'clock, so we're gonna have our new 4-hour candle. I do think we're gonna go a little bit higher. Um, I do think we're going to go a little bit more up into this fair value gap. I don't think we're done yet fully, but the question is how high are we going to go? And yeah, so let's see. I mean, look, they've been created. Look how Asia has been forming equals. Look at this, how this has been setting up. We are balancing off the first presented fair value gap of midnight. Um, I don't know if people have heard the trader roundup. And there was one guy who asked about the first presented, and ICT went over the 130 and I believe the 230. But last week he gave something about the 130, and I'm a little bit confused now about. I recorded it, but it was so hard to really. Which one is he talking about now? And but I'm still back testing the 130 to 2 and the 230 to 3 now, because apparently we have another one. But yeah, we'll see. But anyway, this is the midnight one. I use that one as well. As you can see, this is the one the first presented after the midnight session, and you see how beautifully it hit here. And let's see if we are now already ready to go up. Are we going to go one more leg down? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's ready to go up, right? But we'll see. I mark this fair value gap here at 142. So I believe that one will be significant at some point. Um, let's see. We're in the macro right now. We're in the macro time. Now, let's have a look what the 4 hours have been doing. This one went into the, this one is didn't do anything. This one rejected into this one here, right? And now this one rejected in this rejection block. And now, are we going to go up? Are we going to go higher? Oh, what are you doing? Are you going? Why are you? The light should be on. Hold on, let me just switch on the light. The Chinese stuff. The Chinese stuff never works. It works just for a short time, right? Come on, don't die on me. Come on, I need the light today. Only the disco lights are working. Should I put on the disco lights, guys? I like it at the evening, though. Okay, never mind. Forget about it. We're in the macro. I'm not going to spend time on that light. So you'll see a little bit less of me, but that doesn't matter, right? Anyway, let's have a look. So I do believe accumulation, manipulation, distribution. The market is so bearish. We're in a bearish, I think we're higher time frame bearish, right? Let me double check. I haven't checked higher time frame. Let's go to the daily quickly. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the gap. We're here in a bearish order block. On the daily, could we get over this one? Well, we'll have to see if we can get over this one. And otherwise, we're going to go to this wick. And it matches with the 702, which is sort of like we already went to this here. I wonder. I'm just not sure. I would say we go up a little bit, but on the other hand, where do you see we're going back into that their value gap now? Do we have here? Yeah, see we're going down, I guess. Looks like me, we are, we go a little bit higher maybe, which is level here. Oh, we hit that already, 0.5, yeah. Yeah, we're done. I guess we're done, right? But it's just, look at this. This is trend line liquidity, so clean. Maybe we're done for now. Maybe later we go more leg up. Okay, I guess I should not be too bullish today. Okay. 1, so 2 o'clock now. Okay, let's see. 2 o'clock has started, so we have a new 4-hour candle. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going? So we opened here, right? I should have a, well, we can see. Where do we open? Did we open below the close? It's always important. I think it's the same. The close 47550, open 475, so lower. Okay, so we opened below the close of the previous 4-hour candle. Now let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Are we going to reject here? Exactly, midnight is exactly at midpoint, right? You see that? So this is a little bit hard to read for me at the moment because it could reject here, but it could also take out this liquidity. So I'm just going to let this one run without me because, you know, it just took out liquidity here now. So I would say we're going up, but it could also go further down. It could be a turn of the macro, right? This could be the manipulation wick, but then on the other hand, we open below the close. So then I'm always vigilant for a bullish move, to be honest. We didn't go higher into this fair value gap, so I'm very bullish, to be honest. We rejected here midnight, so I guess we're going lower. I guess we're going. But I'm just gonna wait because, you know, if you have behavior like this, that you have a fair value gap, a significant one, the bodies don't even go up to the midpoint. I wonder if it's already ready to go back up. I don't think so. I think it's going to go further down, and then at some point it's ready to take this liquidity, if it's going to take that liquidity. So I would presume a continuation now in this macro. Let me see. Oh, I don't need the weekly. TGIF is done. Hey, TGIF levels worked so beautifully last Friday. It's so frustrating that I wasn't able to trade it because it was so clear. I mean, it was just bloody clear. Let me see. Asia. Where are my fair value gaps? I'm gonna go to the 3-minute quickly. I stayed off the charts a little bit this weekend. I needed some time off. I went to the bush. Just needed some really just some time away from the charts. So normally I do more. I go more into depth in the weekend, but this time not really. So we're doing it now. Okay, look here. Consolidation. We're in high time frame. If we look at this 1 hour consolidation. Hey Spence, how are you doing? If I see this, guys, I'm very vigilant. I'm not very interested in anticipating in, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of consolidation, higher time frame consolidation. I sort of like almost am enticed to say, you know what, I'm just going to wait if it takes Asia high or Asia low, one of the two, because we have the gap here, right? Oh, let me put on the favorite. It's Monday, ping pong Monday. Hee ha. We love. Oh, no, we're not going to put you on. We love Mondays. We love the gaps. The N walks. Why am I not seeing my N walks? What's going on? Why are you not showing my N walks? Oh, here we go. Okay. And here we go. You know, this price action really fools you. Like you want to, oh my God, it's going up, it's going down. But look, you have this looks very beautiful. This is beautiful. I wonder if it's already ready to go. But you look at the downside, you have almost similar. It's a little bit not so clean as this, but if you look at the lows that's been created here, it's also sort of like, you know, equal here. So up to here, up to Asia, it's sort of like a little bit of a gamble, I would say, right? Yeah, Spence, you agree. So we're just gonna watch what the 130. And yeah, you want to see the 4 hour. It would also, it's, what also would give away a lot if the 4 hour stays within this area and doesn't break any of it. So if it just goes into this wick, into this rejection block here, it doesn't give you a lot of, it just goes back and forth. But on the other hand, we don't have large wicks here anymore. So we have one wick here, but it's already rejected 1 time, 2 times in this wick. So this now is interesting. I do think we're gonna go a little bit higher, right? But I think, yeah, Spencer, I really think, Spence, we really need to wait for a sweep, right? You agree? Normally, sometimes you don't have it. If it's clear, you have a breaker or something. But look, it's just going to trickle down, trickle down, trickle down. It could take this liquidity, but then it might take out this liquidity as well. It's just creating. Look, but it's. If I see this, I do get excited because I do see beautiful trend line liquidity setting up for a move to the upside later on. So, but it would annoy me if it takes it out now. Macro's finished, but lately I've seen it. They do it sometimes out of macro. But yeah, let's watch the 4 hours important. I really want to see what the 4 hours doing because, every 4 hours OHLC power of 3, right? Yeah, you see, this is what I mean. This is just ugly. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to take that liquidity. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just going back and forth, right? I'm on the 3 minute. Do you see a proper breaker here? No. Let's look at the 5 minute. Do we see a breaker? Well, yes, a little bit. But well, I guess we rejected in the 50% then. Did we go into the 50% of this wick? Yeah, we went over the 50%. So I guess it's enough, but then again, still I don't trust it because we're still in the 1 hour consolidation. This is very tricky price action because even though it's now took out, did it take out liquidity? Yes, it's going to take out. Is it going to take all? Let's have a look at the one. So look, if you look at the 1 hour, you have a trend line. See my trading views. Oh, guys, have you seen if you are using TradingView the Black Friday deals? If you use TradingView, it's a good time to extend. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. But talking about TradingView, my lines don't work anymore. For some reason, the last week as well, if I want to draw a line, I think that's a glitch or something because I can't get it to. Anyway, you see, it doesn't. Well, anyway, you can see the 1 hour wick. We have a lower one. So even though I'm looking at the 1 hour here, I'm sort of like thinking, okay, we might make another wick, right? Because yeah, hey, Spence, you need logic behind every trade. For me, it's just I need at least, well, let's say 3 confluences, but preferably 4, and then I also combine time with it, right? And if I just like for now it's been weekend and I'm just getting in started, I don't mind to paper trade the whole London session just to make sure that I'm in tune with the market, I'm reading it correctly. So when I attack, I can go in full board and I know I'm reading it properly because sometimes you're off, right? And it's also, you know, it is really a difference, analyzing and execution. I've never thought about that, but sometimes my analysis can be spot on, but I have shit execution, and I can have a losing trade, for example. So I really want to be sure that when I get into start executing, that I'm really in tune, that I'm reading it properly, I've got my levels. Because sometimes, you need to be fast. Okay, what wick am I using? What has happened already? Sometimes you need, your brains are not, sometimes it just doesn't work as well as sometimes you have better days than others, right? So that's important for me. So I don't mind sometimes London, just unless I'm really, really, really sure. But especially, the market has been a little bit um, not difficult, but just different to say. Yes, and difficult. Yes, difficult sometimes. But yeah, no, you need logic. I mean, I need logic. I'm not a discretionary trader. I want logic. And if I do a discretionary, I always lose. I need my logic. I need my I need reason, and yeah, just like you said. But you need higher time frame. Now, I only go to the 4 because we had 2 o'clock. Because I am a distribution trader, so especially the 4 hours is very important to me. But when I see this on the 1 hour, I don't get very excited from this. Even though this looks very yummy, I just have alarm bells when I see this on the 15. Now, there is a but. There is a but. There is a but. There is a but. Now let me get into the but. Depends on, why are my NWalks so unclear? I need my NWalks clearer. Hold on. Monday and Tuesday I call ping pong Monday, ping pong Tuesday. And what I love about the Mondays and Tuesdays, even though we are ranging, if we are ranging between the NWalks, I don't mind, and we have the event horizon as well, but I don't see any right now. Even though we are ranging, sometimes it ranges between the NWalks and the event horizons, and then you can really frame your trades from that. But where are we now? I'm going to take this off here. I need some more information. I don't see my event. Oh, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening. There we go. I see what's happening. You need to go off. Yeah, I've been playing around with it. Hold on. Now we're getting there. Okay. My NWalks are on, but I want my event horizon. Where is the event horizon? You're on. You're on. On. You're on. Okay. We should be good. Now I'm going to take everything off. Now we are in consolidation within a large NWalk, as you can see, right? That is the one of, let me go back. When was this one? That's the one of 12 October. Okay. So we are back into that one. Now, the moment it gets out, it will give you the event horizon, which is the midpoint between these two. That is a very important point of liquidity. I'll just quickly, it's this level, 629, so 630-ish. 630 will be important. And you can see we have, I don't know what these levels are, but it's already indicated. So it is some kind of calculation that I have automated here. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, you can see it already here. 629. When we do go up, this will be a point of interest. And that's the midpoint between two NWalks. So that's what I mean. Even though it's starting to range, we might get a move to the upside, and then we could reject here, or maybe even higher. There's another one. And then we have the NWalk. So yeah, I do think we are going higher a little bit before we go down, right? We are going higher. Now let's go one level down, okay? Because we seen this? This is Ali. We have Asia high here, and we're just waiting. I'm not going to. I have no interest in anticipating in this, even though it looks very beautiful. Yes, but it could just go take one higher or go down again, one higher, go down again, one higher. I really will. I'm going to wait for a break and clear a structure. So that will be most likely maybe even after. Well, let's see at 2:30 maybe. Any gold traders here? Want me to go over gold quickly? I haven't looked at gold for a while, but yeah, Benwalks are in play again because we got a lot above us. Let me see. We have to wait. Patient. I mean, guys, I'm really getting patient. I'm really testing my patience, and it's getting. I'm getting much better, but sometimes I still fall in my bad habits. Then I get impatient. I just want to get. I just. I'm not waiting. Then it just takes too long, and then I can tell. Then I get really itchy hands, and it's just I get a little bit annoyed and stuff like that. It still happens, but since I'm doing the stream, I am getting better at it. But I don't know. I mean, we're still a human, right? I mean, even though you get better at things, it doesn't mean it's not fully there anymore, right? So, but you guys you'll see it when I start to get impatient. You'll see I can't hide it. It's really hard to hide these things. Yeah. Shall I go over gold quickly? Oh, thank you for subscribing, guys. I see a few people have subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is I just for me as a YouTuber, you also have to make content, but you guys have to tell me what you want me to make content about. But the live streams are my favorite to do, to be honest. Going over tape reading and being in direct contact with the chat. But hey, making content is part of it as well, and that's where you guys come in. Okay, so previous day, let's also mark the previous high of I want to see the weekly candles. Let me quickly go over the month and the weekly on NQ before we go to gold. I want to quickly have a look. Quickly want to have a look at the monthly. Okay, we're here because we're at the month end, right? We only have a few more days left. Today is the 24th. We are in November, so that means we have 30 days. Okay, so it's just one more week, and it's a short week, by the way. We have Thanksgiving, right? So, guys, also, TGIF is not only for the weekly candle. You can also use it on the monthly candles. So, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do it already because we have a short week. I'm already going to calculate the 20-40% range of the candle because it will help you as well. So TGIF is not only for the weekly, it's also for the monthly, and it will really help you to navigate, okay, what's price doing? Are we really going out? And at some point, if it goes between the 20 and 30, you already know if we're the last day of the month, it's not going to go back down and go for another run, right? Let me see, where are we here? Why am I so slow? I'm still slow in my head. I think it's the weather. When it's really, it used to be in the Netherlands when it was cold. When I'm wearing this at summertime, I hate that. I want to have at least, I just want to have it like, no, I don't like to have clothes. Well, I don't want to sit naked, obviously, but it sounds weird. I almost want to say I don't like to have clothes on, but that's not the case. I don't want to have a lot of clothes on, or layers, and that I have to be warm, keep myself warm with clothing. Let me put it that way, if that makes sense. Oh, be careful what you say, Iris. You're on stream. It's live. Sometimes. Okay, that's the monthly candle. Now let's have a look at the weekly quickly. Now this is, you see here, this is the 20 to 40% of the weekly range, right? So I'm keeping that now because obviously we have a week as well. So I would also, if I may give you a tip, also do it with the weekly and see if you have an overlapping area. And that sometimes is very interesting. Let me just double check. Do we really have nothing? No, we have really nothing. Friday is the last. Friday is a short week, a short day, right? Okay, I like that because that really gives you a lot of opportunity. That is interesting. Okay, so we have this here. I'm just going to keep the monthly on, so it's a little bit more interesting for me now. Now we're going to the daily. Now also, you see this monthly wick here? Let's see, we're going to mark that one here. I look at the monthly mainly at the beginning of the month, in the middle a few times, and then at the end I look at it more, and then I tend not to look at it too much. Maybe once before the week starts, but not just for really higher time frame analysis. Okay, and then I go to the weekly, and I'm just looking for overlap. Okay, here we go, and now daily. Now the day is shorter, so I'm going to use this one because I want more levels here. And now 4 hour. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we've got some levels to work with from the higher time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one off. I know this level. It's okay. There's a lot of information here, but I want those end walks here. I'm gonna take this one off. Okay. Okay. So the blue line, this is 20%, this is the 30, and this is the 40%. So we are now already in the 20% of the monthly, we're already in the 20% of the monthly candle. So what could price do? If you're looking at the monthly TGIF, we're already going back into the range, right? We already took liquidity on the monthly. Did we take the monthly low? Let me just double check again. I don't think so, right? Did we take out a monthly low? Yes, we did. Look, we took out a monthly low here, right? We took out last month here, the 1st of October here. So we already took a low. Now we could go to 23,707. That could be possible. We have a little gap and an end walk here. How many points is it? How many days do we have? 3 days, 3.5. 3.5. Let's see, where are we now? Where are we now? 774. And then back into range. So 700, 700. Okay, or we're gonna go somewhere in this. No, I think we're gonna do that, guys. I think we are just gonna chop around for 3 days. Are we gonna do that? That's really ugly. Hold on, just one. I want to check something. Yeah, I don't care about this price action. I would rather be prepared for nice my levels. Okay, let me see on the monthly wick. What do we have here? We already went into the 1/3 level here. We rejected. Are we gonna go lower to here or not? Are we done? Are we just gonna chop around in this area? And, okay, so I've got scenario A and B now. If we're gonna go lower, we need to either an AM session. We are really gonna make a move down, and we might go into this little volume imbalance here on the monthly. And maybe, or maybe even one leg lower. I would say if it goes lower, I don't think, because we already hit the 1/3 level, I don't think it's just going to go one leg lower. It's just going to go for this because this is so close, right? 902 is 200 points, and maybe even into this wick here. And then we have more. That's one scenario. Or scenario B is that we're going to chop around between 20 and 40%. maybe a little bit higher and go back into the range. So we'll see. But hey, if it's going to go down, it needs to do it. I mean, it's quite a range, right? But hey, we've seen it do it in one day, 700 points. So that's how I go over like what if happens, and I'm already, if I jot down my levels already, and once it start moving, I'm already prepared for where it's going to go, because this is a very important. This little gap is very interesting. Okay, I'm just going to take it off for now because we're so far away from it. I don't want it now. And I'm going to put the IPTA levels on as well on the daily. I want my levels daily. And then we just wait for price action to show its. Okay, let's see where we are at the IPTA level. Ooh. Now what does it tell you? IPTA 20 and 40 are equal, so that means there's not much liquidity. It's not really. Is it going to go below IPTA 60? Is it going to do that? Now, what was that level that I looked at? What's the low here? That is 23,260. The monthly, where was that wick? Where was that gap? 23,732. Twenty-three, 702. It's right over here. Now it could go in this wick here. So I don't know if we're gonna go lower than in this wick somewhere. Let me just do one thing here. I just want to have a look. Price action is doing nothing, so not interesting. Just want to see on the monthly where this is. Where are you on the monthly? Okay, so that's that wick. So it could go into this and into that wick that I was. Okay, this is still on the IPTA 60. So the bank does. Hey, V33. You guys have such interesting names. I'm always so boring with my name. If I go in, it's just Iris, IRIS, and you guys always have these nice abbreviations behind it. So yeah, if we do go lower, I do think we might go into this area, but this absolutely low. I don't think we're going to go lower because it's also IPTA 60. There's not much. We don't need to do much in the 20 and 40 IPTA, as you could see, because they're contracting now. We have the 20 to 40 range here on the monthly. But obviously, if we go lower, you have to extend the range, right? I mean, that's logical, right? So then the 20, 30, 40 is going to go down with you, right? Because then the month is going to go, the range is getting bigger. So we'll see. But yeah, I've got a good, I'm starting to get a good idea. And just waiting for a nice move. We can hunt. We can hunt. Gosh, I've got so many. I want to get rid of a lot of walks. Let me just see if I can do it less. We're so low now. We're not. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe even one more. Less information. I know you guys don't like it when there's too much stuff on my chart, which I totally understand. I need 14. You see that? Because we might go lower. Here we go. I want this one here. And if we go lower, I need to get more, because then. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So anyone trade? I mean, no one's trading this, right? Or are you trading? Let's see, guys. We do have a change in state of delivery here, by the way. Breaker is change in state of delivery, but look how the bodies are not going outside of this. It's a 1 minute. FUG, IFUG now, by the way. But you see how it's just green liquidity, which you took a buy on 46. I took a buy at 46380. Can you tell me I'm safe? Hey, I wouldn't do anything right now, to be honest. V33. Why? Because look at the 1 hour. We are in a higher time frame chop. It's just you're in a chop zone. You are exactly between Asia low, Asia high. It's literally a gamble now. For me, to be honest, to say, oh, it's going up or down. It's. I would say it's almost a bullish structure. But look, this is in IFG is it is not taking this liquidity. It's going back into chop. So that is for me an alarm. It's an alarm bell. I think we are going higher a little bit before you make the move down. But when the time that we are just I don't think we might not even move maybe until 4 o'clock. Maybe we could move sooner, but hey, I would not. I'm not putting my money on the line if I'm maybe honest. It could go there, but it's a bit of a gamble. I'm just wondering if you put a trade on like that, what is your analysis? How do you? Because I don't see a higher time frame breaker. I don't see. I would rather actually be more bearish than bullish, just for the manipulation move, maybe. But it's just sort of like a gamble. If I say that, actually, it's just. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what is your? I'm just curious because maybe you see something. Because some people see you can trade chop, by the way. There are people that are really good reading chop, and they can see already how it's going to manipulate. So I don't want to talk down on anyone who's in chop because some people are really good. They understand what's happening. I just need more data now. And also we are here. This is the gap, right? We are, you know, the N walk that we formed between Friday's close and Sunday's open. That's right over here, and you see on the 1 hour, we are. Let me. I'll grade it for you. I grade a lot, guys. You'll see that. You'll get nuts from it. Like, oh my god, she with her grading. As you can see here on the 1 hour, now we are wicking into the above the upper quadrant, right? But it doesn't mean shit in that market. So yeah, US 30 is the same as NQ, right? It doesn't matter. I mean, the markets will move the same, generally speaking. You have more slippage sometimes, but the market will move the same on US 30. I guess the US 30 is in chop as well. I don't think there's much difference. And you're in the middle of, look, if you're in the middle of Asia as well, I mean, we don't dibble in the middle. I made a short out of it, and let me see if I can see that, if we can find two breakers, because sometimes when price is contracting a little bit, you're stuck between two breakers, a bearish and a bullish, and then you can see consolidation. Let me see if we can see. Yeah, actually you can here, and then that means that you have to stay out. I already see it. You see a bullish breaker here. You see this on the 5 minute. Let me. You see 5. So you have a low, a high, a low, a low. So you have liquidity taken here, right? This liquidity takes liquidity, and then we go move. So I said, oh, we have a change in state of delivery, but where does this go into? Did I see it correctly? Oh yeah, here we have two smaller breakers, a bearish breaker here. So you got two here, right? So you've got a low, a high, and then it's being broken. So we're literally price is just retesting breaker to breaker. So let me highlight them. So if you see that, you also have to be. You don't want to. We don't dibble in the middle. Breaker. and another breakout. I'm just highlighting quickly so you guys can see it. Let me just copy it quickly. And this is the bearish. It's not very easy to see, but you'll get the point. See, they're overlapping even. It's these two here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And price is just going back, and it's just doing nothing, going back, and it's retesting the bullish break, is retesting the bearish break, retesting the. Well, in this case, it needs to either take. I would almost say I wouldn't even expect whole of Asia, because Asia is quite a big range. That's actually also, I'm just thinking about that, how big actually Asia range is, right? That's already telling. Then you can expect chop. But break of structure, yeah, it just really, I want actually a whole this area to be taken. But I actually now consider this whole range, this actually is the start of the consolidation. So actually I want, if I see this, I look at the 1 hour here. Again, where would you, let me ask you, where would you want to see it break? For me, it's very clear. It's either Asia high or Asia low. I'm really not interested in anything else. This line is Asia high, Asia low. And Asia low has more wick, so it could, you know, the thing that could happen is that we could go a little bit low into this wick and reject from it again and go back up. Or it could take out the liquidity. So this means just no touchy zone. Not interested. 240. Okay, so 230 didn't do much, right? 230 was just, we're in this fair value gap, and we're in the first presented fair value gap of the midnight area as well. We're not leaving it, and we're also still in that, are we still in that end wall? Okay guys, I'm gonna take, for now, I'm gonna take those levels off. It's just too much on my chart here. I need to see, we know we're almost in the 30%, right? But I'll put it on later on. Make a little bit of a difference. Let me put the weekly on, by the way. See what the weekly, it doesn't matter with the start. I I need this one. I need more information. Yeah, so yeah, I need this one. So this is today's. So the bright green is this week's end walk, right? And as you can see, we are Asia is in just above the middle of it. So this will be this will be important information to watch it. I do believe we have we done all the work in the other. Let me just go a little bit higher. I want to see what we have done in this end walk. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we only had this right all that time, and now last week we went into Thursday. We went into this one. So we have buy side, sell side, buy side. Now, okay. Okay, interesting. Just 4 hours also is choppy. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. When you see this right on the left, you can expect similar. You can have similar let me put it that way. If you see a lot of chop to the left, you can expect almost similar price action to the right. So there's been a lot of consolidation here. What are we starting to do here? Consolidate. It makes sense, right? If you look at the monthly TGIF, so the 20, 30, 40, it's just above us. So are we expecting a lot of moves to the, yes, we could have that one move to the downside, right? That are marked in that wick, but if not, we're just, I think we're just going to chop in the 20, 30, 40% of the monthly range, maybe even to the 50% because we have some room to the upside here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, SWSS3. You guys have such a funny names. I love it. I wonder what it stands for. Does it have a secret? Does it stand for something? Yeah, I love to analyze, and I love to, it really helps, and especially when, oh, look at, I see something's moving. Oh, look at that. 244. Let's go to the one. Let's go to the one. Well, I guess this was a valid breaker then, right on the 5. Consolidating. Are you still on the buy, V33? Now let's see if it's going to make an equal high or it's going to take out the high. Let's see. We do have a nice wick here. I don't feel any FOMO with this, to be honest. Because I'm just looking at this 1 hour and I see top and just the higher time frame really tells me just to stay out, and then this move doesn't bother me. I'm a distribution trader. I want to really clean. I want to see a setup like this on 15-minute, and then I want to attack. I want to get in. So even on the 15-minute, it just doesn't really. Oh, but this looks juicy, right? Yeah. 250 coming up. Well, we might have a nice trade. Let's see if we get a nice retrace. I guess I'm still on a buy. Price is fluctuating on entry. Yeah. I just don't, you know what it is with this price action. It could take it out, but it could also go back into the range and then take this out later, right? So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant. It's not that like I said, it is in the above the 50%. So I lean to more bullish, but then it's just, we're just getting to Asia high here. Are we going to explode to the upside? Could be. Hey, but then we have a nice short coming, right? We'll have a nice trade. I mean, coffee time. Well, at least the weather's getting a little bit better. Oh my God, guys, we've got so much rain, and like the wind is just crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, 247. I do think we're going to go here now, 631. Once we're over this one here, we're going to go to this level here. Let's see if we can frame an entry. I'm just going to paper trade. Also with the weather, I'm a little bit careful with the Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to paper trade until I'm sure that my internet is stable. But I do think we're going to go here. Once we start going, let's see. Anyone else already in that long? Pop-pum. 557. Daily high. 114. 530. Uh, let's see. It's sunny this side. Good weather for trading. Oh, you like it when it's. Oh, I hate it when it's really nice sunny weather to trade. Well, I don't really hate it, but I would rather have bad weather. But now I have to be careful with because of the storm with the Wi-Fi. But I love it when it's bad weather and I'm trading because I love to go to the beach and do nice, be outside working out or something. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we took out Asia, but the question is, are we going to go higher? We took it out a little bit, right? London made a little bit of a high. Let's see. Tricky. It's such a tricky area, guys. I just don't. I just don't trust it for a long. I think we're going higher, but it could take another. You've got equal highs. The previous day high at 600. Let's see. Silver bullet. Where are you, V33? Where are you stationed? Where are you trading from? You're not in Europe then, I guess, right? Or yeah, you have to be. No, but it's cold then, cold and sunny. That's actually nice. Okay, 251. Let's see. Macro starting, but it made a run. It took liquidity just beginning of the macro. I don't trust that at all for a continuation though. I don't know. Don't like it. Let's have a look at the 4-hour candle. Okay, 4. So the 4-hour candle took out this liquidity, right? So we took liquidity, we rejected here. Difficult to read because we're done. We went to exactly 1/4. We rejected exactly in the mid here. It's still a difficult read for me, to be honest. I'm just being honest. Rejection, lower. Okay, here. Where did we reject off? 0.5 or no? This one is here. This one. Exactly 0.5. Okay. Okay. I like that. Oh, that was a little bit, just a tap into 0.5. But we also took out. Okay, are we gonna go higher into this one? Let's see what we're gonna do here. I like big wigs when there is so many of them. It's sort of tricky at some point. didn't tap into 0. Okay, I think we're going higher. But I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Oh, I'm in South Africa too, by the way, V33. Where are you in South Africa? Where is the bloody sun? Where is the bloody sun? I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, by the way. Hey, listen, if I take a buy here, I'm not take. I really want to pull back and I want to retest. I need a retest of either a breaker, a time that I trade, oh, hold on, I need something else. I need a lot of things and I don't see any of them. It's going up, but it's just not doing what I want. I just, I need retest of something, either a time, either like this spiked up at 240. This is sort of like I don't trust it when it does that because either it needs to spike at the 20 to 40. I do like the runs. I call that a time-based range. It's not a macro, but it's time, 20 to 40. But it spiked at 40. You know, it doesn't fit any of my models. Normally I use my first presented as a retest. Well, it's been accumulating in it and it spikes away from it. Then is that sustainable? You know, it doesn't feel to me like. And the 4-hour took out the other 4-hour candle already. We rejected, so the 4-hour. Technically, I'm like, okay, what is it going to do now? And it could do either or. I think it's going to go up, but it's a hunch. And then I don't know. Well, we do have this nice little one here. But then, hey, it could also just create equal highs, but this is, oh, you're in Bloemfontein. Okay, I gotcha. We could leave this for later. You know, let me quickly have a look at gold. Yeah, I don't like this. This is just, and we tapped exactly in the 25%, exactly in the quarter level. Now, obviously, you can go through it, but does it do it straight away, right? When it taps into that level, so precise. Sort of always gets me wondering, like, is it done for now, for a while? Are we going to go? Because technically, we took out liquidity, right? We went a little bit higher here. Bloemfontein. I've gone through Bloemfontein a lot when I'm traveling because I'm originally based in Hoedspruit, but now I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, and every time I travel, basically with all my travels, I literally pass Bloemfontein every single time. I think you're so central, right? I think who doesn't pass through Bloemfontein when you're driving from one area to another in South Africa? It's now technically this will be a long. You're tapping into a fair value gap, and it's also an inversion here. But I still will be careful. I'm just not in. I'm not going to take it. It is a macro. It is bullish. We are above an inversion. We tapped into but I don't know. Do I see a bullish breaker on the higher time frame? Not really. You know what I don't like? I don't like that it tapped into that 25% exactly. That is something that I just don't like. If I see that, I'm a little bit, I'm just more, I get, yes, we're in a macro. It looks bullish, but I'm not touching it at all. We took Asia high in a macro. What do you see on the, what do you see when you look to the left? Well, I'm on the 5 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we going to consolidate here? I think so. I could be wrong, but I think it's just going to go back in consolidation here. Took our liquidity. We hit a quarter level on the higher time frame. We are in higher time frame consolidation. It could spike up maybe, but I don't. Yeah. Who thinks it's going to go further up? The 4 hour took liquidity as well. See, yeah. 3 o'clock exactly. Let's see what happens. So it inversed this in. Let's see if it's going to inverse whole value gap. But you already don't want to be. I mean, in all honesty, even though this is a bullish one, do you want to be in? This should be. This should become a bullish PD array, right? You want to see it. This should bounce upon this now, but it's not. So we're still bearish. Okay, this might be the 4 hour manipulation now. But you see, when it hits a level like this so exact, you don't want to. You just want to be. It's sort of like has, met its objective for that time frame. Not maybe for the whole thing, but for the time. Hey, these wicks, they tell a story. Let's see. Now, what did I mark? That was the one. The one. Oh, this one. 140 here. This level here. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Okay. I was wondering, is it going to hit that level? Look, this is a market maker buy, sell, and goes back to original consolidation. There's only 1 minute market MMX and this. Boom, boom. Original consolidation is done. Now it could maybe go back up again. Who knows? Or is it done? It's going to go further down. This is fine. This market maker buy. We have a beep. We're forming a beep R here now. So maybe we don't need to go up here anymore. Oh, we're going lower now. I think that's a short now. From here. Let's see. $240, $230. So this is a very important fair value gap because it might go back up from here or it's going to reject this. 450s, 420s, please. Okay, so hey, be careful. Hey guys, they're taking the longs out and they're taking the shorts out. Be careful. This was a nice entry here. You see the wick here, the 303. This was the silver bullet, 303. So I think away from source, you're good to go. 304. Yeah, I think it's. I'm gonna do a quick. It's a little bit of a stop loss just above here. Where's the liquidity? London. I would just take it. This is a 1-to-1. Just a scalp back to midnight, I guess. I'm just gonna trade time. I'm not gonna even midnight. Here we go. I'm just gonna use time because it's 4 past 3. We have a wick. This is my retest 303. I like that, and I'm just gonna trade the macro. I'm just gonna let time guide me to the low. I think maybe this is a low here. You see how tricky it is? I'm gonna be stopped out. It shouldn't be. You should go down. You already retested here. This was the retest. Oh, should have a little bit higher. I'm not putting my money on this See, I'm not putting my money on this price action. Even if it gave this is a solid retest. It goes into the wick, is beautiful, and then it still goes back. It should run to the downside. It's gonna go. I think you're still good to go. It's horrible price action. Ugh, I'm not touching this at all. 306. 3256. 256. You see how this first percent fair value gap is really holding up again? Are you still in away from source? Are you still in the trade? Be careful now. The macro, when you get to 7, 8, and it's starting to behave like this, just be careful. Have you taken some off already, or are you still in? Okay, good. Are you agreeing, right? Okay. Okay, we're below the first percentage, so let's see. So when you see a flat, I wonder if we're done going to the upside. Why? Because we have flat tops here and already made the manipulation wick right above it, right? So normally this is like a lack of manipulation, and when you see a candle like this and it goes above it, it's sort of like it tells you that you're bearish. It's done with the manipulation move. So now this is, we can almost consider this bad price range, right? So, and with this combination of this, I would almost say, are we done to the upside? But then look at the, I mean, for me, I normally, when I have a good trade, I'm not nervous at all. I just, I get in and when my model is there. But with this, I would just feel very uncomfortable being in the trade. It's just, I just don't like this. But again, you see, it is a short, right? Because it taps exactly in this level. But then where would I take my TP? I wouldn't go, I would just take it to the, to this one here. That would be my, because I've got liquidity here. It's my first presented fair value gap for midnight, which has been used a lot. And yeah, I would trust just this liquidity, and then I would be out already, and that's for maybe even, well, if I would take it from here, I wouldn't even, I would just take this one. I probably would be out here already, 482. Maybe I would use this one here. Now let's see, 310, 310. Now we have this N walk. We need to see if we are getting into that. So this is the N walk of this week, right? And we're in a larger one. So we are it's so hard to read. Okay, let's quickly have a look at gold. Let's quickly have a look at gold. I'm quickly going to look at gold. Let me do the monthly as well. Quickly do a higher time frame analysis from monthly to lower. Where are we in the monthly? We are here. Monthly, weekly. I think I'm gonna change this because I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna go up on the monthly here. I think gold is gonna go higher, right? I mean, it looks so bullish. Weekly. Oh, is it? No, I don't know. Weekly, daily. I don't like the daily on gold. Look at this. There's a reason that ICT doesn't trade anymore in these months, right? He stops because it's just going to go on higher time frame consolidation. Oh, look at that. We go right into here. 4 hour. Oh, this looks like a distribution candle there. We're going to go up. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now I am. Look, as long as it's in within that range, I don't think it's really. I don't know. We're in a bearish fair value gap now. Can we see clear accumulation, manipulation, distribution? I love to see a clear manipulation and then the distribution, but I'm just not seeing it. Let me see on the 15. I still see just, this is just for me, as long as we're in this wick here, even though we have Asia high, we took Asia high, we have this wick, this is for me the whole range we're in right now. This is the whole bloody range. This whole range, it's just consolidation. And when it creates a wick like this, you know what? The first thing that I think is, oh, manipulation into the wick. So when this here forms on the 15, well, we are at 315 now. Let's see if we have SMT, by the way. Oh, what are you doing? You're not supposed to show all that. Oh, I hate that when you do that. Why are you doing that to me? No SMT, nothing on the 15. No, I'm not interested at all. I'm just, when you trade this, I'm just really wondering what your model is, or is it just because is it just I just see higher time frame consolidation, and I am looking at these wicks. So I use a lot of higher time frame wicks, and I don't see. Yes, I do see this wick now being. I would be more inclined to trade bullish than bearish. Why? Let me just check. Well, so we've hit 50% here. Yes, so I'm more bullish. But what I don't like from the upside here, what I'm thinking is like, okay, are we just going to create equal highs and then take that out later? So that's my worry for now. Why? Because these wicks here are sort of like, for me, a little worrying. But hey, could go blast through it because we tapped into the 0.5. Let's see if we can go over the 50% now of this wick. I'm looking at the wicks. I'm not looking at the, so this, I do think we're going up now because we have, yeah, now it's going, see, now it's going over this one. Now this is liquidity here. But this whole structure doesn't have anything from what I'm waiting for. It doesn't have a breaker. I don't see any good entry. It's going up. I know it's going up, but there's no structure for me to play off. My risk reward would be very poor here in this trade. If you're a discretionary trader, you can do it. I could have taken it from this fair value gap again, but I don't know. We're still in this N walk. I actually wanted to see go out of this N walk as well. Here we go. This is a large wick. Okay. Let's see. Now we can. I want. Let's see if we can see anything now. 563-ish. 560. I think we still have room to the upside to 560 and even higher. Now I'm getting interested. Now it's sort of now we can see some bullishness. Now we can see. I wanted to see go out of here over the 25%. Here we go. So even for my first presented fair value gap of London, there's no retest. It's just a flat bottom candle. I think if you're in a trade like this, it's sort of like I wonder what you framed your. I really would like to know now because there's no retest of anything that I look for. Now let's see. Let's see. See, we are at the top of the N walk now. Nice trade though from here. Let me see. Anything that I missed? I. Where's your breaker? Where's your retest? Where's your anything? Okay. There we go. Now I think now I do see some more structure here. I see a breaker here. Now I'm getting a little bit more interested. Breaker here. Now I'm going to check if I can see a breaker on the 3-minute. Yes, one is here. Is there one on the 5-minute? Yes, there is one on the 5-minute as well. So now I'm getting interested. Now I'm getting more interest. Now I've got some structure. We've got a technically you can see this area here as change in state delivery already, but I just want to make sure that we are getting, I want to retest, simple as that. But hey, this could be a retest of the breaker. This is also a breaker here. So let's see. 323. Okay, this is a paper trade, guys. I think we're getting. I'm not interested in putting all my money on the line now. I'm gonna go take it to 630. 630 is my first TP. Was it 630? I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna put a larger stop loss because I'm a distribution trader, so this one might take a little bit of time. 630. Did I put it correctly? Yeah, here you go. And you need to go right below. I'm putting it below the gap here. There's a little gap here. Okay. Just want to make sure that my levels are correct. I'm wrong on my levels. 560. Okay. 623. 623. I'm off. I need to change it. 623. There we go. Okay. Now you see the red, this line coming up, 623. But oh, I was right. See, this is the hey Avneet, that was the event horizon. I'm aiming at 623. Well, we're gonna have a stop. We're gonna, let's say I'm gonna put on another one, and I'm gonna take one off here. Let me show you where I'm gonna put one off. 562, 562, 562 here. It will be one TP. See, my lines are not working anymore. Or is the color maybe off? Why are you? Oh, I see. Dumbo. I'm going to take one off here. And the other one, I'm going to leave a runner. Here we go. TP1. TP2. And you see my TP1 is below the previous day high, right? You see, you get structure at some point. There was no structure before, and now when you wait, you get the structure, and then I feel confident in getting in. And if I lose, it's fine because I know I just follow my rules. I see I can bring it up to here. Now we did not have a break retest. We did not have this retested. Now it could take out the previous high and retest this, right? So I have to be careful. But we are out of the end walk. That's very important. Now we are at this little gap here on the 1 hour, so that we can get a rejection here. It could be stopped out. You have to remember, if you have a previous day high like this, equal highs, it doesn't go to it straight line, especially when you have a wick here. You have to be very careful. And because it didn't reach this breaker, I'm not putting my stop. I'm not moving my stop. I want it above this little gap here. Here, above this gap. Yeah, so I was waiting for structure. I need a breaker. I need a change of state of delivery. I need something to go off and be able to frame a trade. Hey, if I get stopped out, I don't care now because I just follow my rules and sometimes it just doesn't work, right? But if it goes below my breaker, it invalidates the long. So then it's again just not doing its thing. But on the other hand, this is a break, but you also can consider this a breaker, and look where it retested. I just highlighted the lower breaker, but if you take this area here, right, these breakers here, these three, these are also a breaker, and this is the retest 323. 323 is a very good time for a retest, but it's not. This break will be retested at some point today, but not now. This could be, but maybe now it could be. We'll see. That's why I'm not moving my stop. It's always, but I don't like when you have these equal highs. It's always it takes it always does this. It just doesn't go to it straight away. It's sort of like go back and forth, back and forth. Um, it's equals here, right? Yeah. Do we have any consolidation? Let's see. This was my TP for Friday. Look where it went, and I wasn't in it. How frustrating that was. This was I already marked this area, and it went right up to here Friday, and I was not in it, and I think lost money on the trade. That is so frustrating. I was. I'm gonna take it off now. Analysis was good. Execution was shit. How are you doing, Evneet? Have you been trading already this morning? Now, how could you have taken this entry? Do we have an inversion here? It's always the same. Like, okay, you have a turtle soup here. Now, how would you know? I would not see this as a turtle soup. Did not take liquidity. Yes, it's a gap here, but we didn't even tap into daily open. We didn't tap in midnight. So this would not never be my turtle soup. I do trade turtle soups, but it has to be very clear. And it was almost at the end of the macro. So is there an inversion here? Could you consider this an inversion? Yeah, maybe there's a gap here. I'm always careful with the gap, but I guess so. But then there's no break. Was this a breaker on the 1 minute? But there's no breaker on the 3 and on the 5 here. Then you have to wait till this one, but then you have already the breaker here, right? Let's see if we get a breaker retest. 333. Yeah, this is a paper trade. Hey, listen, if I paper trade, it's always my gut telling me, do not put your money on the line. And if it's good, it's okay. I just I practice my execution. And also, as you can see, we've got a lot of wind and storm. The storm is not too bad now, but that's why I'm also very careful with the internet going down. And even though you have a stop loss in your trade, you're not very. I just don't want to be in a trade and have no internet and not being able to get out of my trade. That really, I just it happened to me a few times. Um, Where are my cats? No, they're in the other room. Let me see if I can see anything. Or maybe this is the high of the London session. Could be, guys, that this is the high. Then we're just going down from now on. So where's the 2 o'clock? Let me see. Or is this the high of the session? So we're just making a wick out of the end wall. You see that? We're just going to use it until later on. I don't think so though. But let's see. Where's my 2 o'clock? Where's my? I didn't mark my. Why did I not mark my 2 o'clock? I always mark my 2. Oh, here you are. Of course, it's the London session start. 2 o'clock. We have. I've got my. No, where's my 2:30? Okay, 2:30 is a consolidation. Yeah, the move has to be now within. Yeah, to 4:30ish max. We want the move to be. Let's see. For example, if we have the next macro, the for example the 350 to 410. If my levels are not hit before 410, I exit it. I'm not going to wait for this level. Also, I don't want to wait for this level. It really needs to. I really have half an hour for these two to go. So if it would stop somewhere here, I would take it off at 410. A turtle soup is like where you really have a turtle soup is where you have a new change before you have a new market maker buy or sell model. A turtle soup is where you, well, it's not only, there are more turtle soups actually, but I use it only when we have, like, for example, I see this almost as a market maker on the market maker buy or sell model because you went back into original consolidation. So if we would take out this low here, I would consider this entry a turtle soup. But just taking a liquidity sweep doesn't have to be a new market maker buy or sell model. So in a turtle soup, for me, how I do turtle soup is that when afterwards I want my breaker, I want my inversion, then my breaker, and all the PD arrays. But you can also have liquidity sweep within a market maker model when you're in it already. But a turtle soup for me is only when I am at the start of a new market maker buy or sell model. So it's the first point. It's the first thing before it's number one of a market. Your first high risk sell, buy or buy. Well, actually, it's a low risk because the moment you get in, your stop is below the sweep, right? Then the next one is your inversion. So that means then your stop still goes below the turtle soup, right? Below that wick. And the next one is your breaker. So that's normally I try to get in, but I didn't see a proper inversion here. For me, this was really good enough, even though this formed the first percent fair value gap of London, right, the orange one. So a turtle soup is a sweep, but for me, it's the sweep that initiates a new market maker buy or sell model. So it's literally at the start of a new model. So that's why I said here, how could I trade this one? Because I don't have a sweep of this, and I do have a breaker structure here, right? Now, for example, now this would not have been a market maker buy model fully on the higher time frame because we are already, this is just a retracement to go up to go further down, right? Because we're actually in a bearish market. But on the lower time frame, let me see, do we have a market maker? Let's go to the 15. I think on the 15 I can show you. Like on the 15-minute, we are just going higher into this bearish fair value gaps, right, in these liquidity voids here. So it is not really on the lower time frame. Every pullback, every time you go back and forth, it's a smaller market maker buy or sell model, right? But on the higher time frame, we're just retracing from here up into the range to go back further down, right? Or we're just going to consolidate as we looked into the monthly candle, right? So, but on the 15-minute, it's not really, well, you can see, are we in a market maker? Well, technically we are. So let's say on the 1 hour, it's just a retracement. And on the 15-minute, we do have you can see this a market maker buy model, sell, buy side of the curve. So every retracement on the higher time frame is a full market maker model on the lower time frame, if that makes sense. So that's why I said this is a full market maker buy and sell, back into original consolidation, boom, sell, buy. So what price now is doing, it makes sense, right? We are 341 and we have a macro coming. So now it's now just consolidating for the next move, right? Could it be done? Yes. But I like it that it didn't hit the 1 standard deviation. This is my favorite, 125, and then we've got 2.5 here. So let's see. If it would have hit in 1 and it started going back, I would be very hesitant, but it did not hit 1. So we're just sort of like accumulating below 1 before the macro. So but turtle soups are also, it's not only actually at this, I use it as the start of the macro, but turtle soup is also just when you, like for example, in the higher time frame, when you have a retest of a fair value gap and you just take it on the very low. I think they consider that a turtle soup as well. But it's just actually the first one. Actually, you can call it the first PDRA technically, right? It gives you the highest point if you go from A to B. It's your first entry, but hey, it's very risky. You really need to know the dealing ranges. You really need to understand ranges and where price is going to. Well, let's see what's the macros doing, guys. Are we gonna go? Are we gonna go? Are we gonna get a retest maybe of the breaker of this area before we go up, or are we just gonna blast up? We've got 6 more minutes. Now the macro could start sometimes. You can see it's 10:2 to 10 after, but sometimes it starts at 1/4 and we can take it to 1/4 after, right? Depending on. What's my risk reward? Long. So if price will blast through this breaker, it invalidates the trade straight away, right? For now. And that happens sometimes during London. Is what it is. But we did not touch one standard deviation. We have not gone to 1.25. We have not gone to 2. So let's see. Mostly you get like a retracement between 2 and 2.5 to 1, somewhere back into the 1, but we'll see how price is going. Oh, let me put the let me put the I'm gonna put the link in the Discord. Guys, I've got a free Discord as well. If anybody wants to join, feel free to join. I'm still finding a way to, I want to do some stuff, educational stuff outside YouTube as well. Let me. So I had a few requests of people that were asking me for one-on-one. I wasn't really interested in doing that, but I might consider it in New Year. But it's just a few hours per week. I like the streaming too much. Good message. Here we go. Let me know if anyone. Feel free to join. It's free. We'll stay free forever. And give me feedback what you guys want. Here we go. Are we going? What time is it? Almost. 3:48. Yes. So you see, if you just, it's sometimes really hard with these macros, especially on days like this. It just always runs outside macros, right? I saw that last week, so I started to, and I was like doing my journaling. Like, okay, I might have to really get into trades sooner and. Okay, we are out. I wanted to see. I wanted to be outside the end wall. It's important. Come on, go outside the end wall. Go blast off now. See, I'm getting impatient now, right? You can see. You can tell. I have the same. For me, backtesting. Oh, guys, trade. I don't know if anyone is interested in TradeZella. TradeZella also has a Black Friday deal, by the way. So I myself don't backtest anymore in the sense of backtesting, but what I do now, forward test. And for me, I have the same emotions when I put a paper trade because I journal it just the same. For me, a paper trade is just as important as a normal trade because I do get the same irritation. I do get the same emotions. I don't have that with backtesting. That's for me. Hey, I backtested a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's very important. But for me in the stage, I mean, I don't do it anymore at the moment because I forward test, and for me, I get the same. Just I just feel the same as I do in a normal trade. Um, so and I journal it, and I need visuals. I need more visuals so I can screenshot it and stuff because I put my metrics and I don't look at I at some point didn't look at my metrics anymore in the sense of when it was a spreadsheet, right? But I must say TradeSeller has it's all in one, right? You have you can backtest now, you've got your journaling, and so I believe if I would go back using something, I would go back to TradeSeller. I mean, they didn't have the backtesting when I was still. Who uses a TradeSeller? I would love to hear uh, your views on it because I don't use it myself, but a lot of people in the chat already have been giving a lot of positive information on it. But I think if you want to use it, it's good now because they have this deal that you get your pro that's almost the same price as basic for a yearly subscription. So this is time to get in. Same with TradingView. I mean, I every year I just extend it during this week because it just you hardly pay so cheap in compared to other months if you get in, right? Saves you a lot of money. And we love saving money, right? Because we can buy more, we can buy evals with that money. We can blow them. I'm just joking. We don't blow evals anymore. Hey, by the way, funded next, the legacy doesn't have the 40% rule anymore, consistent rule on the funded, because the rapid you can pass in one day, but then you have the consistency rule. So now I'm getting more interested in the legacy, even though it takes more time to get it done. But they both had the consistency rule after funded. But now legacy, if I understood correctly, they don't have it anymore. So I like that. So that's very interesting again now, because actually you want no consistency on your on your funded, right? I mean that's more important, I think. But anyway, so just want to throw it out there for anyone who's already. But the rapid was my favorite because of the one day, because they both had the consistency rule anyway. But now I'm sort of like, I would sacrifice then the 5 days getting in, and then you know, just not having the consistency rules on the. So we'll see. 353. Let's see. We want to see it run, 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 run. Come on. Let me take my TP1. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside at some point. Well, let's see. Time is sort of running out. I was hoping it would run already a little bit for my TP2. Well, let's see. Well, you've been consolidating so much. You're going to make a nice little run, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So the 3 o'clock is this. Now let's see what the 4 o'clock is going to do. Come on, go to TP1, TP1. Oh, there we go. Okay, TP1 taken. Now, is it going to reject? I know we're going to get a rejection from here, but I just want it to be a short. Maybe I should take it off. Okay. One standard deviation. So I took one off here. I know we're going to get a rejection here, but I'm just hoping it's just a minor rejection. Come on. Now blast through. Go make 60 points. I don't think it's going to do that in this macro. It's going to take previous day high and go to the inbox. I think I should have adjusted. It's too high. Time is running out. Time is running out. Maybe TP1 was it. That's a manipulation. Accumulation. Just a little. It was very small. It was nothing. Come on, IQ. You can do better than that. My favorite macros. Also, I hear you're not doing anything. You're annoying. You are annoying. You are annoying. I'm gonna go look at gold because you are annoying. Also annoying. You see, it just goes to one, and it's one and done. It's a one and done. Oh, ha 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 ha. God damn it! Why are you so annoying? Okay, you look like a fool when you talk like that. Okay, there you go. Oh, you know why it's not working? I didn't put the magnets on. That's it. Magnets. There you go. I think. Let me check my levels. C2. Hmm, 62. Running out of time. Oh, that's less than one. Oh, I think that's less than one. Oh shit. 0.66. But in all honesty, I would think there will be a little bit of a run here. But well, we're gonna get a new 4-hour candle. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Gitesh. I seen that other people subscribe, but I didn't see your names because then sometimes you don't see that if people have that ticked off. So, but thank you everyone for subscribing. So I guess TP1 was it for, but let's see. If I'm stopped out, I'm stopped out. I'm gonna journal it anyway. Because it went exactly to 0.1, right? Standard deviation, just not more. But that's what it does. Previous day highs here. Well, let's see. 4 o'clock. Come on. There's a volatility injection coming. But it could be to the downside because we have not retested this breaker yet. Let's see. 4 o'clock. Yay, my favorite macro. Come on now, go. So technically that TP1 is not really good, right? I mean, in all honesty, if you have a no. 4 o'clock. Now, if you look at this structure, if I'm looking at the 1 hour, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a candle down or is it going to be a continuation candle? I think we're going to get a continuation candle here, another one to the upside. So this is the manipulation move to the downside. We're going to form the bearish candle. But we did take our liquidity here. Let me see, where are we in this week? Oh. Oh, I really wanted to, it really needs to go over this level here. If it doesn't get over this level, we're going to go back down. Come on. Give us some speed. Come on, you can do it. Yes, yes, yes. Now blast through. 60. I don't like it because we're suffering. It's just consolidating in my favorite macro. It's annoying. It's annoying. You are annoying. I said I would take my trade off right at 10 if we get to a certain time. But let's see what it does now. 4:03. Blast off. Go. Oh, not again, not. What if I put the max is lower? So I guess TP1 was pretty well, but then and Q, you don't see that I have TP2 here? Did you miss that? I'm asking too much. Okay, I gotcha. You're annoying. You're lazy. I'm gonna divorce you. Oh, let's see if we have SMT or something. Ooh, the 4 hour on the and Q on ES looks very bearish. Yeah. That looks very bearish on the ES. Did you see that? But on the other hand, it was a continuation. We want the manipulation would go a little bit lower and then it goes up, right? So, but we could also go back into consolidation. What do we have on the 1 hour? No, we need, doesn't make sense. You're gonna blast. So my entry should not have been here. My entry should have been here, right? Actually over here then. So technically it would have been here. This is a bad entry, by the way. So the retest of this breaker here. Let's say you missed this one, then you have this one, right? So it didn't take this one, it took this one here. And then TP1 would have been a 2R, I think. Oh shit. Where was my TP? Here. I think that's going to be a long trade. I think if I'm not being stopped out, it will take a while before it gets there. I might even do an AM session. Yeah, almost 2-hour trade. Yeah, 2-hour trade. So if my entry was good, like if you do a breaker retest trade, it's almost you always end up at, if you have a proper trade, you have the good entry of the retest, you always have a 2R. It's always around the 2R. Then you know you have a good, your entry is good. It's always a retest like this in this area here, and then your stop is just, well, in this case I took the lower breaker, but I think that's a safer one to do because it could go all the way back into this one. This is the, you can see, I'm just going to take that, you know, it's a three consecutive, well, it's almost 3 consecutive candles, and you have a little gap here, so there's a good possibility it's going to come into this area here, right, in this little gap here. So okay, I guess it's not going to run, or maybe after the macro, we'll see. Sometimes it does that. But ES looks bearish. Look, this is not bullish at all anymore. So I should get out. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be. I'm going out because it's bearish now. It's. I don't have to wait for it. It's below the 4 o'clock. And look at ES. I mean, that is so. This is not. We're. Oh, this is a 5-minute candle. Hold on. Macro is over. So I guess it's the high for the London. So it just only went to 1 standard deviation. So I'm doing journal it. Like, okay, didn't do much, but then look where it went to in the wick. Did not touch it. So this tells me if I see this, for example, there's no body touch. Let me see. See, that's why I don't like this product. It's always doesn't really, you have no follow through, right? There's no follow through. It just works its way because when you have a large wick like this, a wick is nothing else than a lot of imbalances. And what does the market do? It only does 2 things. It seeks liquidity and balances out imbalances. So if you have a large wick like this and you don't have one, it's 1, 2. So even though when you get above this price action, I was already looking at this. I'm like, okay, there is a possibility that it's going to go into the wick and go back down. And look, we created equal highs, right? And on the lower time frame, they're even more. So this is like when I see this, I'm actually not interested. I actually want to. obviously because I'm on stream, I do put on trades, but it's a paper trade. But actually in this scenario, I would rather wait for the previous day high to be taken. But now, for example, because I put on that paper trade, if we do retest this and we go up, then I might even take it on my account, because now I'm like, okay, we've done the work, we've been rejecting, now it's ready to make that last move, right, to the previous day high. But hey, it could also wait until pre-market or AM session. So that's the only downside when you have, so for me, when I see a lot of wicks, when it's like this, we're still, even we're going out of this, I consider this still the whole range, even though these are the candles, this is still the whole consolidation range, technically. But hey, it was nice to have some hope. But we took it to 1, right? So 1 standard deviation was a safe trade. TP1 worked out well. So that was measured from, I took it, this is hard to measure, so I took it from the 3-minute. Oh shit. Took it from here. Let me just show you guys. It's just this picture. So 1 is here, and you see the bodies are, you just have one little body here. Well, let's see if we're gonna get a retest now. We're gonna, if the retest is nice and we have another, like if it goes into this area here, then who knows? Because we have a wick here. Oh, I like it. There we go. You know, we've got a fair value gap here. We've got a breaker here. We already retested this breaker, so if we do go lower, we might even go into here. Let's see. So, why would we go here? Let's go to the 5. You see this area here. This is the first percent fair value gap on the 5, right? And we have a gap here. And the breaker, the wick, goes all the way, touches here. So let's see if we can, how far we are going to go to in this blue box. Let's have a look. If it goes all the way through, it invalidates the trade, right? For now. But look what we left behind, guys. Look what we left behind. Equals 563. So we have equal highs. So we know what that means. But we also have equal lows here. Okay. $4.13. We are nicely. Okay, how is the 4-hour developing? How are we doing the 4 hours? So this is now. So what I don't like about the 4-hour, that we took liquidity already here. We still have this one higher. We rejected in this one. Let me go to the 1 hour. Oh shit. Okay, I like this. I like it to see. Okay, let me quickly do 1 hour. What do I like to see? see if we can get a good entry on the now. Oh, it's below the breaker. I don't like that. Okay, let's see. We stay above. I think I'm gonna. What time is it? 4. It's not the time. Cannot enter. But look at this. This is a beautiful entry, right? If this would hold, this is. Look, we are into. I'm gonna paper trade this, guys, because I know this is not the time, but my stop loss. And you just put it. It's within the breaker, and I'm still gonna use my TP then. TP. It's not the time, but I'm not just gonna take it a previous day high now. No, I'm gonna go. Now, actually, time is telling us that it's not going to it's going to disrespect the breaker, right? Otherwise, it doesn't retest it within that time. I think it's going to disrespect the breaker. Yeah, yeah. See, time tells you, right? It's sort of like, but did we make a bearish breaker? Yes, we did. Now we have to swap. You know, we are going to revisit this later today, but now we have to swap to bearish. Time, you know, time was telling you not to do it, so you always have to. Time is more important than price, right? Yeah, so what's your bearish break? Let's go to the 5 to see if we have a clearer one. What's your bearish breaker here? So now we don't dibble in the middle. What does that mean? If you have a bearish breaker and we have a bullish breaker here, now what's going to happen? We're going to go into consolidation. I made a short about this. We have a bearish breaker here, and I'm going to mark the bullish breaker. Both blue. This is the range. Let's see. So price is just going to go back and forth, back and forth. It's going to, let's see, if it's going to break one of them already, that's good, because then if it's going to go straight through this one, you know, it's just not going to. But is this first presented going to hold? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where's my bearish bullish breaker? It's very good. On the 3-minute. It's a little bit smaller. Let me just make it a little bit smaller here. So why is it a bullish breaker? Low, high, low, low. So liquidity has taken and it's been activated here. But while it's being activated, it also created a bearish breaker. Oh, yes, it did. A low, a high, a low, a low. It's been activated here, right? So, and now we are going into the bearish breaker. But you want one of them. You want them to see needs to be disrespected. But if it goes back and forth, then you already know. Okay, we're going to get an hour of consolidation. You can get out. But if it breaks this one, you're fine. We're fine. We can then, you know, we can anticipate the short. Then this is going to be a new bearish breaker. If we're going to go through this, we already are looking at our new bearish breaker. If we are going lower than this point here, now I'm marking the bullish breaker to see if we're going to go into consolidation. Because this is how you can identify chop. If we're going to stop here and we're going to go back up, you know, okay, we're going to go in chop. Why? Because we have a bearish breaker and a bullish breaker. But if we're going to activate this large boy here, we activated a new bullish bearish breaker. So then this becomes our bearish breaker, and then we can look for a price action to the downside, right? But let's see what happens. So we are still now we are rejecting again that 130 IFUG right over here. It's been playing a big part all the time as well. Let's see. But I think the high is in for London, to be honest. I think we're going to create a bearish breaker here. Let's see what happens. Because we're creating all these nice little fair value gaps here. There we go. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, I don't, yeah. So if we go lower than this point here, then this one, we have activated the bearish breaker. Then we have a new, and then we are going to look at this one here. Yeah, I think we're going to break this one. We're going to have a new bearish, we're bearish now. I think that's good because now we are below, I want it to be below this bullish. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to mark the bearish break already. She's going to respect the, we'll see, we're in chop. I think we're in chop. Let's see what happens. It's 421, so either we're going to run to the downside. Yeah, I did not go lower than this one. Let's see, come on. I want the bearish breaker to be activated. Because then, or you have to go away. We don't want you. There we go. There we go. Are we going to go for Asia low now? I think so. Yeah. Okay, breaker is activated now. Now this breaker is activated. You see, we get a high, a low, a higher high. And now we're activating, this breaker has been activated now. Now we have a breaker. So now we have a change in, we already had a change in state of delivery right over here. Here was a change, this was the retest, the IOFAD, but all outside macro, so you want to be careful. And at some point you'll see finally everything lines up and then you take your trade and then you have like a 60 to 80 point NQ trade when everything lines up. And then you're sure of it almost because you've been waiting for it. Okay, breaker activated, 423, so I do think we're going to get a run, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. Okay, breaker activated. Nice. We like that. So we're going to go in, now we are going to inside the N walk and we are going to go to Asia lows, right? But not yet. Let's see. Yeah, it's going. It's so hard to trade this price action. I think you can trade it till 430. We're in a run. We're in distribution. I think I'm just gonna do a paper trade because it's 430. It's a very, oh shit. It's just I'm using time. Stop loss. Just a, what am I doing? In distribution move now. Just using time now till 430. There we go. It's gonna run. We're gonna get the last run. There we go. Boom. You know, I'm a distribution trader. I missed the trade, but I know those last little bits, and especially I just get in and I just think it's not the cleanest trade, but when the breaker is activated, and yes, it's for between 4:30. Hey, M Trader, how are you doing? Yeah, it doesn't win the beauty prize, but sometimes you can, when you understand it's a distribution. We have equal. We made equals. We are done from. Then it's gonna go lower, and I just took low hanging fruit quickly. I wanted something. What's a paper trade? Is someone in that short? It's hard to enter the short, right? I mean, if you play the MAC 415, this was a good entry. We have a change in state delivery on the 1, but also on the 5-minute. Let's see. This one runs through it. This one. We're going to get a nice, it's going to give nice a retracement at some point for continuation. We're going to get a nice continuation. Now we're going to go into the beautiful end wall. Hey, but we're not done yet for this. This equals are still here. Just filling the gap, filling the end wall now. Asia taken. So you see, it's funny, right? Initially we thought we're going to get the blast through the upside, and it fools you, right? So that's why I didn't feel 100% comfortable. And you said last trade, I just went in and just took the last little bit because, okay, that's like sort of an easy trade. And all this time, I never felt 100% comfortable, to be honest. And that's why I had my TP1, but it should have been my final TP, to be honest. That was actually the low-hanging fruit, and this was just too much to ask. I guess it was greed. And then once when you see a break, you get more. That's what confluence. You see, like it's disrespecting the PD, and when you're in consolidation, you can't really see. It's sort of like it's sort of like almost a gamble, right? And this wasn't a gamble anymore because it was going through, and it disrespected the bush breaker, and then it was okay. How far are you going to go down? But hey, we're in distribution. This is a distribution candle. Let's go to the 4-hour. You can see it more clear. And then, so all this move up was just creating that manipulation move to the upside. But it took time, right? So we even went below the 3 with the manipulation. So that's interesting to see. Remember that I said, and I said it, we opened. Remember the open was below this candle, below the close. That was actually also very telling. That we're going to be bearish. So when see, sometimes I say things and I don't even act upon it, and that's something that I really need to journal that I forgot about that. I said it. Oh, interesting. I measured it, right? Remember, what is the close here? Close was 475.50. What's the open? 475. So we opened lower than the close. So what was this? This was manipulation wick. So technically, for the distribution wick, you want to get in this wick area, and I'm actually a little bit upset about myself that I didn't get in at the 1 here, because I should have. Because I was actually this was already very telling, and then we just took out the wick here, took out this liquidity in this wick here. Let me see. We made a got the 1/3. Do I calculate correctly? I do it from here. You'll probably see even more an exact measurement. Yeah. So this was the manipulation of the 4. That's why I always look at the 4 hour. And we just took our time, right? We just had our, and then we created the high between 2:30 and 4 a.m. And it's exactly 4 a.m. And then actually you can have the high. Most of the time you create the high before 4 in London. So all these things together, reaching one standard deviation, getting into consolidation, for the 350 to 410, not giving that spike to the upside, were all very telling. And I had to look at the ES and oh, it looks very bearish, but I should have already known, to be honest. And then, yeah, so should have done better, to be honest, but it's okay. I mean, didn't lose any money. Still warming up after the weekend. Sometimes I just need, you need more time to really be faster. And it's sometimes you say things and you just don't act upon it. Like this was already a very telling sign when you open below the close. Then it's not always, but all things together, looking out, when you look at it, okay, and this and that and this and that, and for me, I needed that bully breaker to be active, but it's far too late, to be honest. I mean, I should have been already in here. Okay, we're not running in 350 to 410 macro. That was already the telling sign. So, but that, yeah. It happens. We're just starting, so. But hey, I don't think we're done with this move to the upside. Or it's just going up to the go down, right? It's just sort of like a. But yeah. Who took that short? Is anyone in that short? Did anyone manage to take that short? Was anyone? Did they take it from this high? Because I think it was quite clear. Looking in hindsight is always easy, right? I mean, but that's how you learn in hindsight. You have to learn somewhere. Yeah, you learn from not being fast enough, and you journal it, and then you go back and you reverse engineer. And the next time, when I say, okay, I totally forgot about that. To be honest, I know I mentioned it, right? We opened below, and especially in the 4 hour, that's always like and then I totally forgot about it, and I started looking at different things, and you sort of like yes. But anyway, no one took that short. It doesn't really matter, guys, because you're still technically in a consolidation, even on the 4 hour. Look here, we have 4 hours, and so it's not too bad. Oh, you took the short, M Trader. Good for you. From where did you get in? What was your trade? I love to hear that. I don't mind if I'm on a trade like this, and if the 4 hour is a little bit but still, looking at all these things and being a distribution trader, it's sort of like a little bit annoying on my end. Even though for a paper trade, I would have, you know, when I have a bias and I was really like, I thought, okay, we're gonna go up, but everything was already sort of like indicating, and everything together, I should have already switched sooner instead of waiting for that breaker. Yeah. Where did you base your did you base it on some specifics, or what was your model to take that trade and your TP? For me, it's hard to frame the TP as well, to be honest. If I look at it on the 4 hour, well, I might have created what is this line? Oh, okay, it went to 1/4 of the I took it at 24,520. Ooh, okay. Oh, you took it in this wick? Oh, after the wick was formed. Yeah, this wick was your 520. Yeah, so you saw that wick and then you thought, okay, I'm in. Yeah, that was actually also very telling, right here. Yeah, I said it as well, but just didn't take any action on it. And we are as this is that 3 o'clock. So this was that low. That was this low, right? That was the where's the 3? This should be. That's weird. Why are you not here? Oh, 4 hour. Oh, sorry. Let's go to the 1 hour. Oh, let me show you. So when the 4 hour goes below when you see the 3 o'clock and we're over 4 o'clock already, I'll show you on the 1 hour. Yeah. So this was the 3 o'clock, right? So when you are below the close or the open of the 3 o'clock, that is also sort of like you went through the whole body of the 3 o'clock candle. So everything lining up, it was, after such a long area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-hour candles. And then when this goes below, but hey, we didn't take out liquidity here. I think that was a little bit for me, we did take out liquidity here, but this one, the last one, you would like it to happen, right? That was the easy one. But anyway, very insightful, very insightful. I like it. Keep on learning. You got out. You took it at the week. Yeah, yeah. That week was it. I mean, that was just so telling. 4:15, and then 4:30 it stops. Right at 4:30. Beautiful. And I believe that is a 25%. If it's below 25%. Okay. Beautiful. So it's Monday today, and we've got a lot of NWOG. So I am actually, if I see so many, with all the things that I already looked at, I'm still very confident in the AM and the PM session that we get some nice opportunities. We've got the event horizon, and we're going to most likely, if we're going to go into consolidatory trading, it's still okay because we have ranges, right? We can use the NWOGs and we can use the event horizon in between it. We've got the TGIF of the monthly candle we can use because we have a short week already, and there's so many things we can use to narrow down the levels. So I'm looking forward to. But we need to get out of this area. I mean, it would be nice if we get out of this area. It just would be more easier to trade, I think. But hey, but it's going to go up here a little bit more. I do think we're going to go into this fair value. Yeah. But it's going to take its time. Yeah, nice trade, M Trader. Well done. Well done. Very nice to hear. So that was a beautiful trade. And normally, 9 out of 10 times we do grabbing and pulling hair. Are you? I'm away from source. Oh, rest in peace. I don't hope you're pulling your hairs. Did you have a losing trade or what? Away from source. You change your name, a new identity. Hey, no worries, guys. I mean, I don't hope you lost. Okay, I'm away from source. Is resting in peace now. Well, that's good. New identity, new start, right? But I think it was a very insightful session to learn from. And I do think again, the high. If it's around 4 o'clock. I was on a PC now on the phone, laying in bed after the L. Okay, well, don't get too depressed, right? Go for a walk, pick yourself up again, and learn from it. I mean, it's a loss. It sucks, and it always sucks. I mean, it never gets, it's never nice. But your losing trades are the ones you learn the most of. It's either a mental thing, or it's just that you don't have a proper model, or you just are not disciplined enough. And if it's a technical thing because you don't have them, and the more you get technical and the more you are mechanical in your trading, the less psychological issues, because you you are more mechanical and you are more procedural in your approach. But the only thing is the positive. You have to make a loss into a positive, which means you have to journal it, and you just have to find out. Okay, reverse engineer. What did I do wrong, and what do I do wrong, and what did I miss? That's what I always ask myself. What did I miss? Now I don't do any back testing anymore on sheets. I wanted visual. I really want, okay, what did I see? I waited too long. But again, oh, I remember, shit, I already said, and we opened the 4 hour, opened below, and all those little things. I write it down and then I journal it. Okay. So next time when I see this scenario play out again, I'm like, okay, and I actually also said it, if it's 4:10, I'm getting out. I waited too long, guy. Well, I did get out when it was dropping, right? But I should have gotten out already here, even before it went below the 4 o'clock. Because I've got these times here for a reason, because there's logic behind it. Because I trade these times. These times are very important in my trading, and sometimes you don't skilled in and fill to close or flip. Yeah. Well, I fell for the same. I mean, I also thought we might go a little bit higher, but everything was actually telling. And looking at I don't think we had S&T, by the way. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Look at here. Yes, we did. We even had S&T on 315, and we had on the 345. So it was already. It's a very. So we missed a lot, guys. We missed a lot of information. I need to do some really extensive journaling because me as a distribution trader should not have missed that trade, even though it was consolidation. But the problem is if you get consolidation, it's always consolidation, manipulation, distribution. So it can't be an excuse for me to keep saying, oh, it was consolidating, because you always have consolidation, but I need to identify the manipulation better. So that's where as a distribution trader, I need to be better in that, in a situation. But sometimes it's very easy and sometimes it's harder. But you see the weather here? Oh my God. It's just crazy. But it's a little bit difficult, right? When it's so like this. But then again, there were things lining up. I didn't take. I was short too early. I didn't take profit. Skilled in got stopped before Asia High, blew the account. Winning day before pair. Oh yeah. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I know. But hey, listen. I don't think it was the looking at how price was behaving. It was not an easy. It was not an easy area, and because we were coming out of that compressed consolidation, and yes, there was a manipulation, but because of the, you always need to look at wicks. Wicks are just a lot of imbalances, so that means it doesn't go there. It will be harder for follow through. It needs to work through these wicks, and it takes time. The larger the wicks, the more time it takes. There's not one wick, there are 1, 2, and I think even on the 4 hour there were a couple of as well. So, and you see here we have equals now. So it was a very treacherous area, to be honest. And for me, also, well, we saw it only took out the one, and then it went back right into the range. But hey, you have to journal it. Lot. I'm gonna call you Lotta. Yeah, and normally 4 a.m. exactly. We have a 4 a.m. gives volatility, right? And then, but there were, to be honest, I mean, the moment it goes below the 4 a.m., it could be a wick, but when you have but yeah, you just have to journal it and learn from it, and then that's where you grow. Because hey, listen, we're doing the most fun thing, but also one of the most difficult things, and we're just learning. We have to keep on learning and grinding and keep your risks small. So if you lose, it's just, well, I'm happy that I paper traded. I learned a lot today again. So but hey, I also blow up accounts sometimes still happens, and funded. But yeah, it's just, you keep on learning, and the more if you get better at something, you get another challenge. Because for me, I am getting better in this larger distribution moves, but now I'm sort of like, oh, I've got a new problem. That's how I throw my stop loss with those large moves. If I have a 160-point movement in Q, sometimes it's a 5 to 8 hour trade, but then again, I move because I get nervous at I don't get really nervous, but oh my God, I want to take profit. So I trade it too fast, and then suddenly it becomes from a 5 hour trade, a 3 hour trade, or sometimes even a 2 hour trade. It's still good, but so, the moment you grow, you get a new issue. You're working on something. So you're never done learning. And so that's I guess the interesting part. You grow, but you also, your circle of not knowing something new gets bigger again. So and we all have we all keep on just grinding and just don't give up. Just don't give up. And again, I'm always careful. I can't keep saying. I just when price action is very easy, you'll see it. You read it. You don't have this. Oh, you feel it. It's also you feel it. And for me, this was already a very treacherous area. That's why I said be careful, because I just don't want anybody to lose money. And with a paper trade, it's easier to have a higher target. I get it, but it still sucks when you're wrong. And the moment I put it on, I get married to that bias. And that's why I'm too slow. I was too slow to change my mind and go over, okay, there were 1, 2, 3, there were actually 4 confluences that made up that we were going down. It was already clear at some point. But anyway, we learn, we keep on journaling. And we have AM PM session coming. So we still have 3 more days to trade. I think what's the news for this week? Let's have a look quickly. I do Friday is a short day, right? Friday is a half day. So we could do a London session then. Not an AM New York session, but I think it's still we could do. Is there London as well then on Thursday? I guess. I think we could do that. Are you guys trading in London on Thanksgiving? I'm just curious if it's worth to do. I don't mind doing it. What date is it today? 24th. Wednesday we got, yes. So tomorrow there's a lot of 8:13 news. Ooh, PPI, pending home sales. Okay. Calm down, Forex. Ooh, you've got enough. Ooh, and 26 as well. Ooh, we're gonna get a nice 2 days. We might go down to that level. I mean, that's what on the monthly and the IPTA. Oh, that's interesting. Let me quickly go. I think now with all that news coming, this is definitely in the card now. This levels here, IPTA 60. I wouldn't be surprised if it's gone away until we go here. We've got a lot of news coming, so we've got a lot of. Okay, well. Let me check gold quickly. Not interested in this area. Okay. Let me check if anyone's responded to. So does anyone have a question? Any questions so far? Before I'm going to leave you guys. Yeah. Well, lots of just don't oversize anymore. Just try to Surab, what other type of traders are there? I mean, just to get over, what do you mean other type? You mean you asking the chat what kind of traders there are? I trade ICT, but also very time-based, so I added some things. But I don't know if there's other traders, people that trade other. I would say, I would think so that there are other traders as well. We've got a very nice group. I mean, I must say honestly that the group of people that we have so far has just been amazing. It's just been very. You said you are a distribution. Yes. Oh, distribution. Yes. So I'm AMD. I look for AMD. So I like to identify the accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and power of three, OHLC. So well, I know that there are people that like consolidation, but it's a very specific skill, Surab. But like I said to this morning, or like for example, if we go in consolidation, for example, today, what I use, and I'm hoping that we might get. Let me go back to NQ. We've got a lot of N walks here, right? So I call it ping pong Monday, ping pong Tuesday. What you see happening a lot, and there's also the NWOGs are a magnet for liquidity, but you also have the event horizon. It's a midpoint between every two NWOGs. So once we go into consolidation, you have a range, but you can identify, for example, I wouldn't be surprised today maybe we are going to go into the range and we're going to ping pong. Then when we have the two news days, we might go one leg lower, and then we might go back up into that monthly range, right? So I wouldn't be surprised today might be a little bit like that. But then if this N walk, for example, or this N walk is going to be used, you can see the ranges. Once the moment we get out of this N walk, you will see the midpoint of that, because it's like an indicator. It just plots the midpoint. And then you can trade from N walk to midpoint to N walk, and that is how I trade consolidation. But I can't trade it in the N walk, for example. For me, it's a very difficult area to trade. As you can see that I didn't do well. But then again, look here, guys. What I also missed, I see it now. I missed this little gap here. I think I mentioned it even, and I just didn't act upon it. See this little gap here? And we rejected from it. Exactly, the volume imbalance. Beautiful. But tomorrow, I've got to join. I've been on the 1 hour a lot. I'm really a little bit upset with myself that I missed some little things. But like I said, sometimes it just. I hope I just, maybe my talking did help some people. Some people learned from it. Some take some things away from it. That will make my day. Well, I see there's a lot of guys. I see a lot of people. Actually, you made my days. 372. Wow, that's a lot of people. So you made my day, even though I missed that trade. The N walk, by the way, is a new week opening gap. So a new week opening gap is a gap between when the market closes, the futures market at 4:15 and opens at no, am I saying it wrong? It's the gap between 5 and 6 o'clock. So it's just a 1 hour gap. We also have RTA. I also trade the RTH gap, by the way, but that's a different gap. So this is the gap. The NWOC is a new week opening gap. So that's the close at 5 o'clock Friday and the open on 6 o'clock Sunday. We also have an NDOG, new day opening gap. So not new week, but new day. And it's the same time, but then during the week. So the new week is just between Friday, Sunday. And the new day opening gap is the gap between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So they're just gaps. The market, and gaps are very important because the market does only two things. It seeks liquidity and balances out imbalances. And a gap is an imbalance. Large wicks are imbalances. So that's why it takes a lot of time to go to those wicks. The previous day high is here, but it's a large wick, so it takes time to get there. So my TP is ridiculous. I mean, in all honesty. That was actually not. I mean, I said it as well. It's just, and if you have large wicks, just means that means a lot of gaps and a lot of work for it to be done to go through. So, and then you have this seek and destroy kind of, like here, for example, wick to, if you have all these wicks, it takes time to work its way up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you see this, don't expect it to go through it. But now we have two highs here over the 50%. So now we can consider this liquidity for the next. When it starts going up, we now be interested in this high, right? So Surab, is it clear for the so ICT doesn't technically, we don't have, I don't think ICT really gave us a good model for consolidation, in all honesty. But I know, I happened to listen to Trader Roundup, and there was a guy on there, last Trader, Michael was on it as well, ICT came on it as well, and they did talk about consolidation. He managed to find a way. He calculates the midpoint of the range. So what you can do is calculate, you identify the consolidation range, and then you divide it. You use your quarters as well, and then you can find some logic in it. But it takes, I mean, I think there's ways to trade it, but you need to train yourself. It's something to get in your toolbox. But then again, I would rather just wait for um, the manipulation. And now, yeah, look, in hindsight, it's always easy to say, okay, we went into this gap here. This is the manipulation move, and then this is the distribution, right? Accumulation, manipulation. On the Discord, I this weekend I found a very good, very simplistic video of a Michael of ICT going over. It's a 7-year-old video of his, and he goes over AMD. And it's I just try to, in the Discord, I'm just building a library of ICT for beginners. So you don't have to go through all the videos he has on his. But I just try to do, okay, what's the most important thing to get there as soon as possible. Now, you do have to go through some stuff. There is no shortcut. But after basic, when you have the basics, there are shortcuts that, people like myself, I've watched so many videos, but I know, okay, you don't have to watch all of them. This is the best on this topic. This is the best on this topic. This is the best on this topic. So then there are shortcuts. But in the beginning, core content, month 4, no shortcuts. 1 to 5, no shortcuts. You have to go through it. Okay, I'll hold on. I'll put a new. I'm gonna put a new straight away. Let me do that, because then it's either too many people already use it, or it's just ran out. Let me quickly do that. I need to change it. Let me do that straight away. Here we go. Here we go. This should be the link from. Okay, this should be the correct. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, feel free to join, and it's still on. We were just starting, so it's just still, it was on request of. We were very small, and then it was like, how can we communicate? Because we wanted to share some documents, and you guys couldn't share anything here. So I thought, you know what, even with a small group, and now I'm already almost at 400. It's crazy how fast it's going. But yeah, and hey guys, if you have any ideas, what you want to have meetings about, outside YouTube, or even content that you want me to make, yeah, let me know. But so I'm trying to make the ICT database as really for beginners, because I know how challenging it can be when you start. Are you getting in now? Does it work? I think it should work, right? Oh yeah, I see. Oh, let me quickly. Uh, there you go. I see. Yes, I got you. I got you guys. Here you go. You're in. There you go. Okay. Yeah, and feel free for feedback. I love it, guys. I mean, I need you guys to, to tell me what you guys want because it's all about the community, right? It's all, yeah, it's all about the community. And also, if you have specific things on ICT you want to know, if you say, hey, listen, I just read about that. Could you go more over that PDRA maybe a little bit or show me how that works? Because, you want to make it practical. That helps. So, and for me, I don't mind to go over certain topics as a refresher as well. If I'm like, oh, I never use that, but, I can always go into it and then use it. So, for example, I don't use order blocks a lot. I use different, but I know I recognize them, but some people trade order blocks more, but I use more of the breaker and the mitigate. I use the rejection block a lot. For me, the rejection block is a very big thing in my trading. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to today's session. I think I'm looking forward to the AM and the PM session today. So I'm going to leave it at here for now. Does anyone have a question or any comments before I let you guys go? It was a very insightful session, even though I don't really mind if I don't trade. I don't know if you guys. Oh, is it now okay, Saurabh? Did you get, yeah, I saw you got in, right? Yeah. Guys, are you, just a question for the chat. Are you going to trade London Thursdays and Fridays or only Thursdays? I'm just curious. So that's Thanksgiving and half day Friday. Are you guys going to be trading the London session? I'll do a London. Um, well, Thursday is not going to be. I think both will be London. Are you guys going to be trading London? You know why I think it's interesting because it's the last day. It's the last day of the month, um, and yeah. Well, let's see. I think it's interesting. So, and we got the last day of the month and the last week and the month are overlapping now. So that's interesting when you have that. So you can define your range. You can have good trades. So okie dokie, guys. Um, I'm gonna see where my girls are. I'm gonna get some food and do some preparations for this month. But yeah, it's crazy. But well, not only this month. It's just crazy how time flies by lately. I don't know. I guess I'm having so much fun on the YouTube, but I just cannot imagine that we're already at the end of the year. And every time, like, oh my God, is it time for the rent again? Are you kidding me? I just paid rent. It just goes so fast. I just can't believe it. It's just crazy, right? But anyway, okay, guys, I don't think there's any questions from you guys. I'll see you guys then later today. I think I'll start at 10 o'clock. I think I'll do a PM session. So M-Trader, I'm from the Netherlands originally, but I live in South Africa. So these birds, South African birds, trumpeter hornbills. But I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I moved to South Africa. I moved to South Africa for the weather, but not this weather. So I'm a little bit upset with the weather guy because it's summer here, and look what I'm wearing. I'm not supposed to wear long sleeves in summer. I'm a climate refugee, so. But hey, I still can't complain. It's still warmer than if I would have been in the Netherlands, to be honest. It's still warmer. I hate cold weather. Where are you from, by the way? I'm actually happy that the internet didn't go down. So okay, guys. I'm gonna see you guys later. I hope you have a be careful with over trading. Oh, and you're in the UK. Oh, you are going to go into winter there. Where in the UK are you in? Where are you based? You're in India. Yeah, I know. Oh, in well, it depends on where you are, Surab, right? In India. I mean, I've been to India, by the way. It's beautiful. Um, it's quite a while back though, but I think India has, I think over 50, I don't know how many climates you have, but you're such a big country, right? You have all climates, I guess. Same like here in South Africa, but where I'm is subtropical, um, Southeast Kent. Okay. But oh my God, you're going into winter there. But at least you can trade, right? I mean, it's nice to stay inside and just do your thing. Um, yeah, I did like the winter when we could ice skate and when it's like really snowing, but it doesn't happen a lot in the Netherlands. It's just like we have like a very long autumn. It's just gray, windy, and just everybody looks depressed, right? So, um, but yeah, I love it here because normally I have a beach nearby, so I can do my beach walks every day. I'm between. You have snow already in November. Yeah, Mumbai doesn't have the extremes, correct? Yeah. Wow, that's early. Well, but snow it can be nice, but it gives us so much hassle, right? Oh, traffic and stuff like that. Um, I don't like that. But anyway, yeah, I want to have a, I want to be warm all the time. I don't like it. I go in hibernation when it's cold. I don't do well body wise. But anyway, but this, I'm a little bit spoiled, I guess. I'm born. I lived in Singapore when I was a little girl, so I guess I love humidity. I mean, I know most people hate it, but for me, it's just, oh, I love it. I mean, not too hot, but I love it when it's 30, 35 degrees and just a little bit humid. Um, my body does well. It's good for your skin, by the way. Yeah. That's why people always, they think I'm younger than I am. I think it's because I live in countries where it's very humid. I think that was the secret. But anyway, okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. I mean, I cannot express my gratitude again and over for um, it's all about you guys and just I'm having so much fun just doing this and just I can talk for hours and just go over tape reading and charts. So we'll see how long the AM session. I might go all the way. If it's bad weather like this, I just I do I've done a few marathon streams just because I like it. But we'll see. I'll see you guys later today. You have a good day too, guys. I'll see you later. Ciao, ciao. And be careful. Don't overtrade. Wait for your setup.